Can we start now? Is the PPT is visible on the screen of everyone? Can you hear me? Please update me so that I can continue.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, we can hear you.
Is it okay now? Is there still any distortion?
No, sir, no distortion.
And you can see the PowerPoint presentation on your screen with the title of Outbreak. Continue.
No, sir, अभी तो सिर्फ नेम नजर आ रहे हैं स्टूडेंट्स के जो कॉल पर है.
So it's already shared. Can you see it on your screen? Is it visible on your screen?
No, sir, I can't. Please ask other students.
Is the PPT appearing on your screens? Please update me.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's visible.
Okay, with the title.
Yes.
Continue.
Yes.
So we were discussing the epidemiology. Within epidemiology, we have three more topics that are left. One is then outbreak, epidemic, and pandemic. Outbreak refers to the sudden increase in number of cases of a particular disease in a localized area. Although now people, they are using this term even at the country level, but I think it's not appropriate to declare an outbreak at the level of country. But for me, it's a sudden increase in number of cases of a particular disease in a localized area. What do I mean by the localized area? That maybe it's a village. Please unmute the mic if someone, if you have any question, you can ask. Otherwise, please unmute the mic. So what do I mean by the localized area? That maybe it can be a locality, it can be village, it can be city, and even it can be up to the level of province. So let me give you an example that malaria is endemic in my country. Let's suppose a district hospital is expecting about 2 to 5% of the total enrolled cases to be positive for the malaria. So on average, they are getting about 2 to 5% of the cases that have malaria. So at any time, when that hospital start observing that the number of malarial cases, they increase from 2 to 5% to 20, 25% or 30%. That means number of cases of a particular disease, they got increased. Please mute your mic. I think Raj, please mute your mic. Thank you. So if a hospital is observing about 2 to 5% of the cases and suddenly at any time they see an increase in cases, and those cases they increase because of any disease to 20 to 25%. That means they are experiencing an outbreak. But if they keep on getting those cases within 2 to 5%, that means the disease persists in the population, but the number of cases of a disease has not increased. If number of cases do not increase, it's not an outbreak. Because normally, if the health authorities, they are having the cases which they already expect. So that means they know that that percent of the cases, they normally occur in the population. So those cases, they have not increased. The second example of an outbreak, that maybe a disease do not exist in the population. And someone introduced that disease from outside. In that case, what happens that normally the health authorities, they do not see those cases in their hospitals. But suddenly they start observing those cases, and number of cases, those cases, they got increased. So they refer it as an outbreak. Why we are discussing this topic as an outbreak is that when they declare something as an outbreak, for example, if in some village or even in some city or even in some province, if they say a sudden increase in number of cases of a particular disease, in that case, the health authorities of that district, the health authorities of that city, and even the health authorities of that province, they got on alert about that disease. So they will going to manage that particular disease. So they will try to do everything to control that disease. But that alert will not going to be propagated to everywhere else where we do not see that disease. So only maybe the province authorities, they will be on alert that they want to control the spread of that disease, because they know that, oh wait, maybe it's in one village or two villages. But the entire country is not on alert. The entire world is not on alert. Even the entire region is not on alert. So outbreak refers to a localized community. In veterinary, we refer the outbreak, maybe outbreak happens in a herd, maybe in a village or something else. So even if number of cases of a particular disease, they increase even in a single herd, they refer it as an outbreak. So outbreak refers to a sudden increase in number of cases in a localized area. It's not, it must not have a very large geographical area. There is another term, that is epidemic. Epidemic, once again, it's a rapid spread of a disease, but that disease, that spread engages large number of people. So if that initially it always starts with an outbreak, and if the health authorities, they fail to control that outbreak, eventually the disease will going to spread, and that disease will persist in a very large population. You can consider it one country or two countries. So if, for example, if one country is experiencing the increased number of cases in many different regions, they will going to declare it as an epidemic. So outbreak exists at a smaller level, and when the threat got increased, what happened? What happened? Do you have any questions? Just feel comfortable and ask.
सर अभी कुछ पढ़ा ही नहीं है तो.
Okay, but someone unmuted the mic.
Okay, sir.
Please mute your mics. So initially it was outbreak, and now the outbreak, if people fail to control an outbreak, now it will going to engage large number of people, maybe one country or a couple of countries. So now if the number of cases increase in a larger area, they declare it as an epidemic. So when they declare it as an epidemic, the health authorities of the entire country, they got on alert. The health authorities of the neighboring countries, they got on alert. Maybe the entire continent got on alert. So still, as long as it is epidemic, the entire world will not be on alert. So that's the second level. That's the second stage. Initially, outbreak. And if we fail to control the outbreak, then now the disease spreads to a larger, more people. Now they declare it as an epidemic. And it's a World Health Organization who just keep on monitoring all those cases. And if they monitor the spread of the disease, and eventually they will decide that whether it's an outbreak, now it's an epidemic. And if the epidemic is not being controlled, and now the disease spreads to more than one continent, maybe it engages more than one continent, now they will declare it as pandemic, because the entire world is on alert about that disease. And recently we are experiencing a pandemic of coronavirus. That's an example. Initially, it was an outbreak at Wuhan. So the China was on alert. The health authorities there, they try to manage that disease, they try to control that disease. But you must have observed that initially the entire world didn't consider that disease. And later on, as they failed to control that disease, the disease spread to other countries. And eventually they used the word epidemic for it. And when the corona spread from one continent to another continent, they declare it as pandemic. So these are the terms that are relevant for epidemiology, because it decides the response of the health authorities. Because if the entire world will respond to an outbreak, that's not unexplainable. I mean, that's not explainable. That's not logical, because there will be waste of lots and lots of resources. And we all have limited resources. So what happens that the health authorities, they monitor the status of disease, and then they declare it as either it's an outbreak. If it spreads more, then it will become epidemic, and then eventually it will become pandemic. Do you have any question regarding this? There is another term, and maybe you heard about that term. That is endemic. Can anyone answer what is endemic? Please. What is endemic? Can you see the writing endemic on your screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Can you tell me what is endemic? I missed that term when I was discussing outbreak, epidemic, pandemic, and I must need to write endemic as well. Endemic refers that when a disease persists in a population without external input. What do I mean by this? That if the disease exists in a population, we name it as endemic. For example, we are endemic to malaria. That means the malarial disease, it persists in my population. We do not need an external input to introduce that disease. The Africa is endemic to African sleeping sickness, but we are not. If we will have that disease, it must need an external input. Maybe someone is visiting from that endemic areas. If you look at the European countries, they are not endemic to malaria. So for them, the disease must require to be introduced from outside. So why we are discussing that word endemic? We discussed the word endemic because now the health authorities, they try to control those diseases. So normally when it comes to the screening of people that are coming from abroad, so what they normally practice that they do not screen them for endemic diseases. We do not screen people for malaria when they come, when they visit us, because we know that they are not introducing that disease. We already have that disease and it exists in our population. So there is no purpose of just screening people for those diseases which we already have in our population. But we do screen people for those diseases which we do not have in our population. The only purpose is that we do not want those diseases to be introduced in our population. Because we have, if, for example, if we manage to eradicate that disease and it no more exists in our population, some countries free from certain diseases, they do not want that disease to be introduced again. So that's another term of epidemiology, endemic. Endemic has nothing to do with increase or decrease in number of cases. Endemic is simply a word that tells us that whether a disease persists in our population or not. There are certain diseases that are cosmopolitan in their nature. I mean, they exist worldwide. So no continent is free from them. No country is free from those diseases. In that case, the entire world is endemic for those diseases. But there are certain other diseases that has restricted distribution. For example, when we talk about the malaria, we talk mostly about malaria exists in Asia or Africa. When we talk about the African sleeping sickness, definitely it's present in Africa. While other continents, they are free from African sleeping sickness. When we talk about the American disease, Chagas disease, it is restricted to the South American countries. So that's another term. Do you have any questions so that we can continue the next section? Is it clear now?
सर आपने जो एक्सटर्नल का बोला है उसका क्या मतलब है?
External means from outside.
नहीं, आउटसाइड तो है, मतलब आउटसाइड से डिजीज नहीं आएगी.
Mean if we are free and we have eradicated that disease, for example, if some country is free from polio, in that case they will take serious precautions that they do not want the polio to be introduced in their population, and they know the only way the polio can come in their countries must be from outside. Someone from other country, if they will come here and they will going to bring that infection to my country, so that is an external source, because the entire local population, they do not have any case of that disease. That means the disease is being eradicated. The disease do not exist in a country. And if the disease do not exist in a country, the countries that do not want that disease to be introduced from outside. That's why we are required to be vaccinated for polio if you want to visit some country. We fail to eradicate the polio. But there are certain countries who has eradicated that disease. So as they have done lots and lots of effort to eradicate that disease, they do not want that disease to be reintroduced again. Secondly, there are diseases which are emerging. Unfortunately, the corona spreads a lot to so many countries, but so we were not initially endemic for corona. It came from outside. The best practice is not to allow any disease to come from outside if we do not have inside. But if we have a disease that already exists in my population, like endemic, like malaria. So if someone will come from outside and that person is positive for the malaria, I already have a malarial disease in my population, will it make any difference? No, it does not make any difference, because we already have that disease. The person is not introducing that disease. We are endemic for tuberculosis. We do not care someone is coming from abroad, either is positive for tuberculosis or negative for tuberculosis, because we know that we already have that disease. And we have that disease in local population, so they are already transmitting that disease. I mean, how much transmission is possible, they're transmitting it. And entrance of a person or few individuals with positive for that disease, we already have cases in hundreds and thousands. So what will going to happen? It will make no difference whether someone is positive for some disease or not, because if the disease is endemic in my country. Gentlemen, is it clear?
Yes, sir, clear है.
Are you sure?
Yes, sir.
So can we switch to the next section?
Yes, sir.
Perfect. So now I have to switch to PPT. So I will first remove this PPT from your screen, and then I will going to add another PPT. Fine. So stop sharing. Now I need to share it again. Classification of parasites and their medical significance. Is that slide appearing on your screen? Can you see the new PowerPoint presentation with the title of Classification of Parasites and their medical significance on your screen?
No, sir, अभी नहीं show you.
No, sir.
I have already shared it. Is it visible? Is it visible on your screen?
No, sir.
We'll wait for a couple of minutes and maybe it will be shared.
सर मुझे अनपिन कर दें, आपकी स्लाइड पे मैं पिन हुआ हूँ, दैट्स व्हाई मेरी जो स्क्रीन है वो सामने शो हो रही है.
How are we going to do it? No, you are not. You are already unpinned. There is no one. Is it visible on your screens?
No, sir. सर साकिब नजर आ रहा है सर, इसको की कोड करें क्या तब नजर आ जाए.
Sakib bhai, please exit and then enter again.
यस सर, मैं एग्जिट कर रहा हूँ.
Is it visible on your screens?